Hey, how are we doing this morning? Welcome to Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, and you are retired but still wired. What does that mean, actually? Well, I'm retired, but I'm still active, and I have got lots to talk about. So I do a webcast once a week, 11 o'clock, here on YouTube, and you're more than welcome to be here and ask questions and just be here. What can I say? How about we start off with some good news? Good news you missed. The EU offered 40,000 free train passes for youth to explore the continent this month. Isn't that nice? Just for the youth to explore the continent. Kind of wish I was over there and young. New Mexico provided $500 monthly to homeless students to ensure they stayed in school. That's actually smart. $500 a month to make sure they stay in school. Education, it's paramount to success. I mean, that's all I can say. France implemented, this is a big one, France implemented a strict ban on forever chemicals, PFAs, and cosmetics and textiles. And you say, what are PFA chemicals? Well, they're the forever chemicals. They accumulate in the environment and in human blood. They started using forever chemicals around the 1940s. We know a lot of stuff they did in the 1940s isn't really good for you. But they didn't know. They didn't have the access to the data that they would need to find out what it would do to you in the long run. But what are they in? Let's see. Non-stick cookware. You got some non-stick cookware and the non-stick starts peeling off, throw it away. Because that will, and basically any old non-stick pots or pans you have, throw it away. Because that does come off and it does go directly in your body and causes all kinds of really bad things to happen to your body. Mexico reported a 64% rebound in monarch butterfly population after years of decline. I used to see monarchs everywhere, and you just don't see them anymore. I see about 10 or 12 on my property pretty much every year, but my yard is being designed slowly to accommodate the monarchs and all the other bugs and bees and all that fun stuff. If you want to cut your yard down to about that much and make sure it's green and looks all the same, go for it. Just make sure none of your poison gets in my yard. Macaw parrots returned to the wild in Rio de Janeiro after 200 years of absence. That's really good. So it shows that somebody is helping the environment to where they're able to return. Scotland mandated that all new homes must include nesting bricks for birds. Not real sure about that, but I think it's good. Austria introduced mandatory labeling for products that decrease in size without price drops. You know, I noticed that in the store. They're having smaller size, like even a container of oatmeal. I don't eat oatmeal, don't like oatmeal, but I noticed it. They got smaller, but the price was the same. And there was some other things I can't think of right off the top of my head that I noticed it. Flour bags got smaller. They went from 5 pounds to 4 pounds, but they're the same price. Didn't think I'd notice, did you? And last but not least, Colombia officially banned new oil mining in the Amazon. Is that great news or what? Is that phenomenal news? No more oil mining in the Amazon. The Amazon was getting into being in bad shape. And did you know that Amazon is the size of Sweden? That's a lot of forest, but we need it. I can go on and talk about the Amazon for the next 2 hours. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back and talk some photography. This webcast is brought to you by William Lofton Photography. They can be found at williamlofton.com, offering event residential portraiture at williamlofton.com. The exposure triangle. Well, if you're going to be a photographer, if you want to be a professional photographer, one of the things that you really need to concentrate on learning right from the onset on your education of photography is the exposure triangle. It is one of the most important things that you'll ever learn as a photographer. The exposure triangle is when you're shooting in manual, and I shoot a lot of events in manual. Matter of fact, I shoot 95% of every time I take a picture is in the manual mode. So you've got to learn manual, and to learn manual, you got to learn exposure triangle. And I'll explain each of them now. Aperture, look to the left side. The aperture refers to the size of the opening in your lens measured in f-stops, f1, f2, f8. To me, with the aperture, you find your sweet spot. With my camera, I shoot a lot of the time at f6.3 because that's when it's the sharpest for my camera. A lower f-stop means a wider opening, letting in more light. A higher f-stop means a smaller opening, letting in less light. You can see it by the diagram. F1.4 or F1, 1.4 it's got a real wide opening, so it's going to let in the most light. If you take it down to f16, it's going to be a lot less light. If you're trying to get creative, your wide aperture creates a shallow depth of field. What is that? It's the blurred background, or bokeh. Everybody's looking for bokeh. You want to have a crisp shot of your person you're taking a picture of, and behind it should be totally out of focus. That's called bokeh. Smaller apertures keep the entire scene in focus. If you're going to shoot a picture of a field with animals in it and you want to capture the whole field, you want to shoot that at like f16 and up, maybe f22 even. But you got to keep in mind, you shoot at f22, you're not going to get as much light. So you got to kick up one of the others, the ISO or your shutter speed. Speaking of shutter speed is the length of time the camera sensor is exposed to light, measured in fractions of a second. 1/1000th, 1/60th. In the diagram on the bottom part, shutter speed, starting at 1/4 of a second, goes up to 1/8000th of a second. If you're shooting somebody in movement, i.e. a marathon, somebody running or like that, the minimum that you can shoot to get somebody sharp is 500th of a second. It's kind of like generally known by photographers. If you're going to shoot people moving, cars moving, birds moving, anything like that, the minimum is 500th of a second. If you're going to shoot a bird streaking across the sky and you got or a jet airplane, say, you want to shoot it with a higher shutter speed. It also lets in more light. ISO Yep, nobody knows what ISO really actually stands for. ISO. Uh, I, there is nobody uses it. That's why they'll call it ISO. ISO measures the camera's sensors sensitivity to light. 100, 1600, 6400. A lower ISO like 100 makes the sensor less sensitive, yielding a darker image with higher clarity. A higher ISO amplifies the signal to the sensor, creating a brighter image in the dark conditions. So it's dark, and I always use shooting races because I shot a lot of them. If it's dark, when you start shooting the race, you want your ISO cranked up as high as your camera will handle. And ISOs have improved dramatically from, say, the camera I had, the D700. If I put it up past 2000 ISO, it started getting crunchy. What do you mean by crunchy? It introduces digital noise or grain into the photograph. So you want to keep the ISO as low as possible for clean, crisp images. There we go. And that's all we got to say about the exposure cranial. If you have any questions, you can email me at William Lofton, or go to williamlofton.com. Look at the QR code over on the left, and that'll take you to the website. Oh, and one other thing. I want everybody to subscribe. Well, wish I could. There it is. Subscribe to the channel, please. And we'll keep coming back. I know this is a short show, but I'm fixing to hit the road. I got to go down the road for a little bit, and I need to get going. Hope you enjoyed the show. I know it was short, but it is what it is.